So, first of all, my name is Pierre Ernzen, from nationality Luxembourg, very small country. So we have a lot of things in common with Rwanda. So both we are small countries, but we are all, I think, passionate. The first time I came to Rwanda was for the Peace Marathon, in order to give some technical support to the Federation and to the Ministry of Sports. And that was the period from 2005 to 2010. Afterwards, I got the opportunity to stay here permanently for 3 years in order to support especially Rwanda Athletics Federation, because I'm a passionate person. I'm a sport teacher, a former international athlete, international participations. So my background is not small. I have like 40 years of practice, of experience as an athlete, but also in administration, in sport management, event organizations, in coaching of different sports. So it's about 16 years where I could say I have some experience about Rwanda. And still I do believe in Rwanda in order to put Rwanda on the world map. Bringing an athlete on international level, you need time, you need passion, and often we speak about 10,000 hours rule in order to perform in any field. So you need a long-term project in development, and you have to start early. I'm requesting the nationality of Rwandese because citizenship, because my heart is in Rwanda, and soon, in some years, we want to stay here permanently. Meanwhile, we have set up a club in Karonji. It's called Cercle Sportif de Karongi. It's about triathlon, that means swimming, cycling and running. And the beneficiaries are for the moment youngsters, girls and boys aged between 11 years to 22. The oldest he has 22 years. So they are training for the moment 6 times a week and often twice a day. Because coming back on the 10,000 hours rule, that means in average, on long term, you need 15 to 20 hours training a week. Otherwise, you don't have a chance. Of course, you need talent, but it's a lot of hard work as well. So our club is located in Karonji, on the border of the lake, of the nice Lake Kivu. We have chosen that area because we believe in the development of Karonji. So they do swim mostly every morning at 6 o'clock, even before school. We have a clubhouse, they get some food before the youngsters go to school. It means that we have some criteria. That means the youngsters have to perform in school as well in order to participate in the training. It's not, oh, I don't go to school and I just train. That is not our vision. We want to build up youngsters who can represent one day Rwanda, but who are fit physically and also mentally in order to be an ambassador for Rwanda. That's why as well they get English lessons for the moment, like 3 hours per group. We have 3 different groups, so every group gets like 3 English lessons as a plus value compared in school. In school they do have English, but also the club offers English lessons in order to have better communications. Yeah? And if you go on international events, mostly the rules are in English, so it's important that the athlete does understand the rule. Huh? Otherwise, he has a small handicap. Again, an education point that they learn how to cycle, how to behave in a group, what are the dangers on the road, especially riding in a group. And third point, of course, running. Of course, on the road, we don't have the infrastructure in Karonji, we don't have a stadium, so for the moment we do realize those sessions of running as well on the road. For the moment, that means first of all about materials I brought from Luxembourg. I got also some part of donations, I paid the transport, I paid taxes in order that the youngsters can practice their sport. So it's a really, really huge challenge for me. Hopefully in the future we can find solutions in order to facilitate, for example, the material and so on. The estimation so far, so for the last months, it's like $600 per month I do pay in order to have a functioning of the club. We have put up an annual budget, which is around $16,000, which is not now so much compared to the numbers of athletes we have, and also compared to the material you need. But as a triathlete, you need swimming trunks, you need goggles, you need a cap, you need running shoes, you need cycling shoes, you need a cycle, you need maintenance costs. So it's a very costly sport in some way, triathlon as well. It's the same little bit in cycling, a little bit less, but again, you need quite money to do this sport. Criteria are for the moment quite open, and that means everybody who shows interest, the door is open. But then afterwards we have some rules. That means for the moment youngsters, the parents have to pay 5,000 francs per trimestre, so 15,000 per year. A membership, a small membership, because they got like 8 to 12 trainings a week. They get material, they get food, they get English courses. So it's a lot of services we are giving, and parents in some way are proud that their kids are not hanging on the road doing nothing, but they are in a club with structures where we promote team spirit, helping each other, improving their English skills. The next step are improving also the skills about sports. There are some people around who say, wow, what you have done there, means me, but also my board, my president, our secretary, our advisors. They said, wow, you can be very proud for the moment already. But it's still, of course, a very long way to go. For the moment, we have 30 youngsters in the club. The boys, of course, they are for the moment in the majority, but we have for the moment 5 girls, because it takes some time. You know, it may be in the past, but when I see compare 2005 to 2021, now I can see more women in the sport than in the past. I believe, and that is a fact, women have the place in our club, of course. Women have the place in roundhouse sports, like everywhere in the world, of course, it's no doubt. The project, maybe you can call it a pilot project, is the project of excellence. For us and for me, the athlete, the player must be in the focus, in the center. And everything around must be organized in order that the athlete can practice a maximum in order to improve, in order to be a national team, in order to represent Rwanda on the international level. But again, it does not come from by itself. You need time. You need to prepare with the youngsters. When you start with the youngsters early, they have the chance to learn this step by step. Their brain takes it up, is receptive. And then after 5-6 years, it's something normal. If you take a youngsters of 18, sorry to say it, it's too late. It's too late. There are maybe 1-2 exceptions in the world where youngsters started with 18 and he could perform on a high level. But the huge average, the huge percentage of international performance, it's when you start like 10, 12 years, even some sports earlier. In gymnastics, they start at 4 years, swimming at 6, at 7. So an average is like 10, 12 years, depending on your development, physical development, but 10, 12 years, you have to start. And it must be a constant evolution. It's like brushing your teeth. You don't brush your teeth just for a wedding. You have to do it every day, and basically twice or 3 times. In sport, it's the same. When you start and you have time, like 8 years, there will be a result. I met federations, to be honest to you. I don't say the name of the federation. I give them the possibility. I said, I can organize bicycles for you. I said, but you have to assure the transport or the question about the taxes. I never got an answer. You imagine? Federations are struggling for material. Abazungu Jean-Pierre is coming with his heart to help. We got no action. And I'm very tired about that, to be honest. And there must be a change in the future. If Rwanda wants, talking about my heart, Rwanda has the potential. We have 13 million people. There are 8 million youngsters. Maybe there's one Messi, but there's also a very strong runner or a girl who is as strong as an Ethiopian, or a Kenyan, or Ugandan, or Burundian. It is in running, it is in cycling, it is in triathlon. Maybe even if we start tomorrow, gymnastics. Why not? But everything depends on passion and a good leadership. A good leadership. And His Excellency Paul Kagame, I remember the interview in 2011 on Contact FM with Albert, where he's talking about evolution of Rwandan sports, and His Excellency told that time all is about grassroots and not about selfish. That was in 2011, we are 10 years past. So I still believe, and there are many people who believe in the potential of Rwandese people to perform, but it will not come by itself. And for that, we have to sit together. If somebody calls me, I give my advice for free to Rikumwe to find a good solution. But I think the way in some sports like it works, I think the result shows it. There are no results. In athletics, the results are decreasing since 10 years. You can find it in statistics. The result, because it's a time, 10,000 meters, it's a certain time. The performance are decreasing, for example, in athletics. And it's the sport which is the less expensive in some way, especially running. You can run everywhere. You can run on a trail, you can run on a road. It's just now a small example. Concerning the Cercle Sportif of Karongi, we are just in the beginning. Athletes can train every day, but in certain moment you need competitions. So we as a club, we will definitely organize soon a competition. We had one in 2019, it was called Corrida Karonji. It was a triathlon and a running event. And then 2020 everything was closed. But we have to see now with the ministry, with the whole situation of the COVID, what is possible in the future. Because we want to bring as well charming Karonji on the world map. As I told you, it's a fantastic location, and we think that we have several events already in preparation. And maybe we can present it one day to the ministry or RDB or to other people in order to promote Karonji. It is a plus value for the club, and of course every Rwandese could participate. And of course, once you start, why not that international people can come and say, hey, in Rwanda I can discover the nice country. I can discover Akagera, Nyungwe, gorillas, Gishwati, but I can do also a sport event. So it can have a big impact. We have those plans in mind. Let's see how far we can go. For the moment, we have contact, to be honest to you, our district, and we have presented them our whole project. We cannot afford a lot because we know how the situation is. We cannot ask youngsters, parents to pay $100. It's not possible. So we have to adapt. So a small private participation of the members, of course the private sector, That is a part we have to look for it, either in Karonji and why not also in Kigali, to see how far can we interest a company or more companies. And then on the third part, the district. I think with these three, plus for the moment Jean-Pierre, maybe Jean-Pierre can find other partners in Luxembourg, and then you could have like 4 pillars, 5 pillars who could support this financially. That would be the perfect situation.